Hi, my name is Mark Stefaniou. I am a double bassist and teaching artist living here in Evergreen, and I work all around in the Denver Front Range area. And I've been working with Conifer High School with Mr. Hermanson now for the last 2 years with his string orchestra and his bass section. And here we are in the storeroom where there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double basses in this school system. And he asked me, Mr. Hermanson asked me to do an evaluation and a review, a roundup, if you will, of his instruments, so he can take stock of what he has and get an idea of the types of repairs that they may need. One thing I wanted to mention here in this back room here of the music department. This is where Mr. Hermanson stores his double basses. And if you had noticed when we first started this video that they were all stacked up there in the corner. And so what he really needs here is he needs a rack to set these instruments in so that they're not all, jumbled up and laying on top of each other, risking potential damage. So he needs a bass rack, and there are several racks that are available, for institutions like this. So here's our first candidate right here. This is a K double bass M1. Its model number is 45014. And looking at my serial number chart, I can tell you that it's vintage 1962. And its overall condition is fair, and its string length is it's 41 3/4. Some repairs that are worthy of note on this instrument are that the neck, it has been broken right here at the neck, at the heel of the neck. And it's been repaired. The repair looks pretty good, actually. I'm not too concerned about that, although neck repairs and neck damage are always critical on an instrument, especially a double bass. All right, so details of the fittings. I can tell you that the tuners are the typical K plate tuners, and I tuned this instrument a few minutes earlier, and the tuners are in good condition and they work smoothly. The nut is the original nut, and the setup on the nut, it should be the thickness of a business card under the strings, and this is a tight fit, but we don't want to maybe increase this by much, if at all. The bridge is a fixed bridge. It's not adjustable. And it may even be the original bridge on this instrument. It's hard to tell. The tailpiece is the original K or rosewood tailpiece, perhaps. It has the K logo on it. This is their signature trademark on these instruments. The fingerboard. The fingerboard is rosewood, also to match the same wood species as the tailpiece. And what I can tell you about this instrument is that the fingerboard curvature is not too far off from the curvature of the bridge. It's a little flatter than the bridge. The bridge has more curve in it. The fingerboard isn't as curved, and that's critical for double bass because what that means is the bridge curvature has to be enough so that you can bow the strings individually. If the curvature of the bridge were to match the fingerboard, then there would be insufficient clearance to bow an individual string cleanly. So what that means is that the middle two strings are higher in action-wise off the fingerboard than the strings on the outside. Okay, this fingerboard has a bevel on it on the E string side. The strings on this one are unusual. I didn't expect to encounter this. They're spire core. as indicated by the red silks here. However, the gauge of these strings are the yellow silks in the tuning box, the peg box, and they are the solo gauge strings tuned down to orchestra pitch. This is the first time I've ever played solo spiral chords tuned down to orchestra pitch. And they are loose at this tension, at the lower tention. But the flip side is that this bass can be tuned up a whole step on all 4 strings, and the player can play some solo repertoire at what's known as solo tuning for the double bass. All right, action and tone on this instrument is pretty low. Arco, it sounds pretty good. Then finally the end pin. The end pin is this item here at the bottom of the bass, and this is in school instruments. This is like one of the more critical aspects of double bass, that it be proper and correct and heavy duty enough to withstand the daily beating that these instruments get here in the school. This looks like the original end pin on this instrument, and the original heavy wire hanger here with the bolts on the front of the tailpiece. But there's this screw that was added here, obviously because the thumb screw had been lost years ago. And the rubber tip, the foot, is gone also. And this looks like the half-inch shaft, and it fits really well. It has a rubber collar, interestingly, and it fits well around the instrument. This end pin is not in bad condition except for the the thumb screw here and the missing rubber foot. And that's pretty much it about this instrument. Let's get up another one. But before we leave this one more thing about the fingerboard. The fingerboard, there's a lot of buzzes on this fingerboard. What normally happens is the students or the teacher would maybe shim up the bridge feet from underneath, or if it had an adjustable bridge, they would raise up this bridge. But we don't want to do that because it raises the string height overall, and it may take out some of the buzz of the strings. But the real problem on this bass is that there's insufficient fingerboard scoop, or relief they call it, and that is where the belly of the fingerboard, this section right here, is carved out by the luthier to a degree to allow the belly of the string to modulate without buzzing. Now you can inspect this simply by pushing your finger pushing the string to the fingerboard here at the top and at the bottom of the fingerboard, and look between if there's any space underneath the string that you're pushing down. And in this case, I can tell you that there's like minimal, if any, scoop at all in this neck, in this fingerboard. So what I recommend for this bass is that the fingerboard be scooped out by a professional luthier. And while he's at it, what he can do is he can provide the proper curvature in this dimension, in the horizontal dimension, to match the bridge. And then this space would be in fine plane condition. All right, let's go on to the next base. This is a K, M1. This is the second M1 in the fleet so far. Its serial number 47863. If I look it up here, it's a 1963 year model. Alright, its construction is plywood. All these KM1s are plywood. Its color is kind of a dark brown. Overall condition, I would say this one is, it has some structural issues. I'm going to rate this one at poor to fair. It's on that borderline. String length on this one is 41 1/4, and it has some notable repairs to consider here. So I'll show those to you now. The neck has been broken years ago at some point. The same neck break as was on the that first one that we looked at. However, the repair is quite a bit different, and the result of the repair now is failing. So here's the neck break again, right here. You can see this line here, and I can tell you that